All right, but back to the third guy. Don't like this little boy, but my daughter reminded me when they were in middle school, you liked him. You used to have conversations with him, you know. I was like, oh, is that the little boy who never put his face on camera? She's like, yeah. I was like, okay, yeah. I see him, his core. Before he became a dog ass, I see his core. Okay. So she reminded me of that, and so I came up off of I still believe this is the dude that's gonna run her unless she learns how to play the game. So right now I gave her some advice, and that's the most recent video where I'm sitting on her bed, which the whole conversation is posted on YouTube, but as the apple turns. But my overall advice to her is to leave the boy alone. But if you stop your advice with your children at leave it alone, don't do that, and you don't continue to advise them, your child is still going to go out and do what they choose to do, but now they have no legs to stand on. Why? Because you stopped your advices. I told you not to do it. So you now stand in the position of, I told you not to do it, I told you so. Why do you want to I told you so your kid? You know what I'm saying? So with me, my parenting style is leave him alone. He is going to be the guy who is going to drag you until he cannot drag you anymore. He will have babies on you. He will get married on you. He will do all these different things. Leave him alone. I know, Mom. Okay. You're not listening to me. So let me tell you how to navigate this so that you can get the upper hand. So you have to understand there's a lot of advice going on between me and my child. And my child is very much aware that she should never take my advice 100%. She needs to take whatever resonates with her and then apply it to all the other advice. That's why I love this community. Y'all come on here and disagree with me all the time. Take their advice as well. But also understand that a lot of the advice that you guys are giving are the reason why y'all still alone. Your inflexibility. You're expecting a man to have his together when his mama didn't even raise him to have his stuff together. But is he teachable? Is he capable of evolution? If you do not want to die alone and you are out here in your 30s and your 40s and your 50s and your 60s and you're single because you can't find a man, you cannot find a man because you expect him to have his shit together. But who raised him to have his shit together? You need to be seeking a man that is coachable, that is able to learn and who is able to grow with you. You're going to have to grow him. Period. Y'all looking for a man that's ready? There's no man that's ready for you because you are you. But is he ready to build and grow, truly grow? Which means you gave him one of your standards, one of your handle with care instructions, and he took it and he changed, and it was long lasting. Now from that little piece, my husband said, you should get some tissue and stop sniffing. That was him telling me that he don't want to hear me sniffing. So I took that little piece and I was like, okay, now I got a box of tissue next to the bed so I can limit the amount of sniffing because he told me this is the environment that I choose to exist in. Now, when you're dealing with these men and you give them just a little piece of feedback, it ain't got to be packaged all pretty. Just give them a little piece of feedback. Man, when you eat with your mouth open, that just triggers something inside of me. And leave it at that. And if he starts paying attention to how he eats around you, he has a coachable spirit, and that's someone you can work with. But if you're looking for someone who's perfect and who wants to deal with all your bullshit and can't give you no feedback, but you give them all the feedback in the world, that's why you're single. You know what I'm saying? You both have to be willing to work with each other. Stop looking for someone who's out the box ready, because they're not. No one is I'm raising my son, so they're going to be out the box ready. Every fucking thing I'm developing in these little boys, I'm leaving nothing to chance. Just had a conversation with Mike where he was like, he doesn't have a problem with his girlfriend having other boyfriends, and he's gonna have other girlfriends. I was like, oh, you a player, huh? He don't know that, but I see it at 6, so I could get on it at 6. So in summary, the advice that I'm giving my daughter is based on different type of men, different types of boys, because she's 18, so they're boys to me. I'm giving her advice on how to navigate all the different types of humans out there. But ultimately, the people that you want to surround yourself with, whether it's relationships or friendships or opportunities, are people who truly know how to communicate, who truly know how to compromise, and who truly know how to understand or understand what's going on. I don't have to agree with you, but I need to receive what you're saying because your perspective is real. Your truth is real. Your experience is real. And I'm never going to be so full of myself to just say, life is based off of my perspective. Someone who only believes their perspective is reality is someone who you're going to have difficulties evolving with. I'm experiencing those difficulties with my husband right now. He's like, you believe there's multiple truths. You believe that there's multiple realities. The reality is reality. I was like, in your reality, Michael Jordan is the best basketball player. In so-and-so's reality, Kobe Bryant is the best basketball player. In so-and-so's reality, LeBron James is the best basketball players. Who's living in a false reality? Whose reality isn't real? Or could it be that all of your realities are real and you all just need to understand, like, okay, I can see based off of your requirements for what is the best, I can see how Jordan is. Based off of your requirements for what is the best, which means my requirements are different than your requirements, but your requirements are valid too. Kobe is the best. Based on your requirements, LeBron is the best. Now let's take it out of sports. Let's take it into coupling. Let's take it into friendships. Let's take it into all things in life. Everybody's living their own truth and living their own reality. And then if we can communicate that and then understand it, then as we build together, we can find a space of cooperation and compromise. That is the absolute only way that we will learn how to couple successfully. Couple in relationships, couple in friendships, couple in any endeavors that we embark on in this lifetime. So when I'm giving my daughter advice about boys and about men, it is very imperative that you see and you test their capabilities of being led. Because we have to lead these men to align with us, because they're not being raised to where they already know they need to align. All these little boys are like, as soon as I turn 18, I'm a man. Matter of fact, my mom been calling me a man since I was a little man. So I'm a man. I'm the man of the house. I'm bringing in money. I'm a man. Well, no, you're an underdeveloped child in a man's body and you need some help. And regardless of how developed you are, now you're with me. And this is how I move. So can we move together? I can move how you want to move. Can you move how I want to move? Because I don't have no problem. We have history. I just read in the Bible where the guy was like, anybody can go and take over this town. I'll give you my daughter. His cousin went and took over the town, and now his daughter is married to some man. So women have been moving how men move since women have been moving how men move. But can you move how I move? That's true submission. So y'all may not like the language, but understand I'm teaching my child how to align with people who know how to align with her. And I'm not telling her to align with those people. I'm teaching her how, if you want to truly build with someone, you have to find someone who's capable of building. And in finding that person that's capable of building, you got to play some games. You got to ask some questions, because everybody out here is playing games. And unfortunately, you got to play them too. But once you get it into where you're now the one who's actually controlling the game, now you get to create the flow.